And welcome to Backup Game Day Show Live. It's your ticket to accelerating IT transformation through backup. I am Paul Gueringelli.
And I'm Michael Wilke.
And Michael, this is crazy. This is insanity. I mean, our show has officially hit the road, Jack.
Yeah, this is the first road show of the game day.
Yeah, I mean, it's my first time at EMC World, I gotta be honest with you. And I love the spectacle, right? You come here, you got superheroes running around, robots talking to people. There's a masseuse on the loose over there. Ditka over here are prowling and scowling the hallways.
The Bears.
I mean, it's spectacle, it's fun, but there's also a business side to it, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, of course. So, probably a lot. How many EMC World veterans in the crowd here? People have been, yeah.
Nice.
So it's a pretty awesome show. It's our biggest show. It amazes me. Where else can you go to over 500 technical sessions and see Bruno Mars? I mean, that's range, right?
That's a lot of range. That's good stuff.
But certainly here at the show, and certainly here on our backup and archive booth, we got a lot of bright people, smart people to talk about our products that we'll get to in a little bit later. But
nice. Now we do have a studio audience, and we are broadcasting live to you guys, but we're kind of going beyond the borders of the sands, if you will, and we're getting out there, kind of going global. Are we not?
Yeah, we absolutely are. You know that old adage, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. This is the one exception. We're actually streaming this live to the EMC Community Network. So all of your colleagues who are envious that they didn't get to make the trip will be able to watch you. And then we'll post these afterwards, and so you can show your friends that you were on TV.
Nice. Now the show, for those of you who haven't seen it, is really all about thinking of backup not just as a defensive tactic, but really an offensive strategy as well that can be a total game changer.
Yeah, absolutely. We believe that backup and archive matter, and not just for the obvious reasons. I mean, fundamentally, unless those two components are set within your infrastructure, it's going to be tough to do other things. So we believe it can help accelerate your transformation, and conversely, the wrong solutions could slow you down.
I think I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it?
Yeah.
Are you guys feeling it? Are you ready for our first guest? We're going to bring him out. Leslie, will you do the honors? Mike will introduce our first guest. Welcome, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mike Chrystal.
Mike, how you doing? I'm doing great. Good to have you on board. Thank you for being a part of our show. We're really proud to have you here.
Mike is with St. Charles Health. He's a senior technical architect, which sounds extremely important.
And I think the first question really on everybody's mind, right out of the gate, did you win any money last night?
No, I went to bed early, so I can be ready for this.
We call that a win here in Vegas. You don't lose any money, you go to bed early. That's a win. All right, well, the way this is going to work, we're going to have a conversation right here, but we want you guys to be a part of this conversation as well. So I'm going to come out there into the audience, give you an opportunity to ask questions of our experts here. Keep in mind that if you ask a question, you win free stuff. That's the way we roll here on Backup Game Day. We have a real nice duffel bag. And later on, we're also going to give away grand prize, Leslie, right, which is the headphones.
Right.
Noise canceling. So let's go out here. I'm going to join y'all out here. And what do you say, Mike, should we start with a polling question?
I think a polling question.
Polling question kind of works. Everybody good with that? We're all good with that? Sir, you good with that? Sure. All right, awesome. He agrees. So we're going to go with a polling question. Let's bring it up on the big board. Why are you watching this show? I'm interested in backup and archive. That's 1. 2, here for the free t-shirt. I see a lot of people nodding their heads, yes. That could be a winner. 3, I was tired of walking and these chairs look comfortable. Right here. And number 4, I'm lost. All right, so you got your little pads there. Leslie gave you the rundown on how to enter the information. When the clock starts counting down, you guys go and we'll see what the answer is here. Ready? And we're counting down. Don't forget, you ask a question, you get free stuff. And we have the grand prize giveaway a little bit later on, which is the noise canceling headphones, which I understand are pretty sweet. All right, we should be getting our answer here. Again, why are you watching this show? I don't know, this seems a little sketchy to me, but I'm interested in backup and archive. Followed closely by, I'm here for the free t-shirt.
I love our customers.
They're solid people. That is good
solid
stuff. Should we do one more polling question?
Maybe a serious one.
Okay, let's do one a little more business
Set
oriented.
us up here so we can talk.
Set it up for Mike here. That
Great.
sounds good to me.
Mike and Mike.
Mike and Mike. Oh my God, that's an ESPN radio show, is it not? We're not stealing anything, I hope. I don't think so. All right, let's bring up the second question. Where are you in your transformation? 1, haven't even started. 2, 25%. 3, halfway there. 4, almost done. And 5, finished. You would be a rock star if you answer finished. So here we go. We're going to start the clock. 10 seconds. Start inputting your information. We'll get the results live here on. We got a question. We'll get to that gentleman in just a moment. All right, the question again. Where are you in your transformation? And the winner, hands down, at 25%, coming in at 38%, followed by halfway there. Guys, do those numbers sound kind of accurate to you?
Well, let's
based on your experience?
Well, let's find out. So, to start with, Mike, if you can just give us a quick thumbnail of St. Charles Health and your role in that organization.
Sure. Well, St. Charles is a health system in Central Oregon, largest employer in Central Oregon. We are responsible for 4 hospitals, a slew of doctors' offices, and we're just a busy folks.
That's great. So one of the things that we always talk about as part of our transformational story is, you got to start somewhere, right? So there's typically, we say go after your biggest pain point. What's the thing that's really, nagging you day in and day out, keeping you from doing other things? What was the biggest pain point at St. Charles Healthcare that kind of got the ball rolling?
Sure. I think our biggest pain point was we were on the road to virtualization. I'm sure as everybody here, was a couple of years ago, and we found that we just really were not prepared for the type of stress that on your virtual systems that backup does. I mean,
Right.
If you try to install an agent on every VM,
yeah, it gets tough.
It gets really tough.
Yeah.
So we weren't making our backup windows.
Right.
And so we had to throw more people at it, more spindles at it, more, all sorts of stuff we had to do to try to solve that problem.
And so what product did you sort of come to choose from EMC that helped you solve that problem?
Well, we made a choice of 2 products from EMC. We did Avamar and Data Domain. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you're backing up all your VMs with Data Domain. Great.
So Mike, I have a question from our studio audience.
Okay.
Sir, I believe it's you, correct?
Correct.
Tell me your name.
Paul Napoli,
And Paul, who are you working for?
EMC.
Fantastic. What is your question?
How do EMC solutions help offset? They're not hearing it.
Oh, they're not hearing him?
No,
Let me try it one more time.
Okay. What solutions can we look at to alleviate the amount of disk we're consuming on Snap and Replicate on our filers?
Good question.
Well, that is a good question. I don't think are you doing any Snap and Replicate right now within your organization?
Not really, other than, as I'm sure everybody's aware with Avamar and Data Domain, on the VM level, everything is a snapshot.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Now we do have solutions that address that, and probably the best place, maybe some of our product experts here, on the show floor could probably answer that better.
I have another question from the
Yeah.
studio audience. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Mike and Mike? All right. Sir, tell me your name.
Andy Howland.
And what is your question?
Be interested to see how you guys actually handle legacy backup infrastructure and integrating that with the new backup infrastructure with the requirement of keeping that old data that is required by regulations.
Sure. Yeah, we did keep a small footprint of our old backup system, and so we could still access tape information. And I don't know, medical, you got to keep everything forever, and so legacy support of systems is something we spend a lot of time on doing. And our real success story there is virtualization. We've used virtualization to reduce our footprint and still keep those legacy apps running. Even if they're not on per se, we can still spin it back up and get access to them. So.
What kind of percentage mix do you have right now between your physical and virtual environments?
We're like 75% virtual now.
So you're pretty,
Yeah, and the real tough thing in our business is so many things are regulated by the Food and Drug Administration,
Right.
And trying to get a buy-off to virtualize things is really a tough challenge. But other vendors, our ambulatory care and our EMR product, we kind of drug them along and said, no, we're gonna make this journey, and you're gonna come with us and virtualize their suites of applications.
So Mike, I have another question from the studio audience. Sir, what is your name?
Bert.
And Bert, what's your question?
On the encryption side, are you encrypting at rest, or are you encrypting when you're backing up for PHI?
Just to let you guys know, we're down to 50 seconds, so go ahead.
At rest and in flight. So yeah, we're replicating between 2 data centers, and that stream is yeah, definitely. both directions.
Cool.
Fantastic. All right, well, we're just about out of time. We're going to go to a commercial break here in just a second. I want to remind all of you that we do have a grand prize that we're giving away. Set of headphones. Does that sound pretty good?
Oh, yeah.
Noise canceling headphones?
That's right.
That works in here, I think. So we're going to get to that towards the end of the show. But right now, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. We're live at EMC World 2013 in Vegas, back right after these quick messages.
When you don't transform your backups keep failing, and you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, you try to relax. When you try to relax, you fall asleep and sleepwalk. When you fall asleep and sleepwalk, you wake up in a biker bar and have to join a gang. When you have to join a gang, you get a large tattoo of your new gang girlfriend's name on your neck. Don't get a tattoo of your gang girlfriend's name on your neck. Transform your backup with EMC.
It's EMC World 2013. We're live here with our studio audience. A bunch of great sports here. We're also streaming out there globally. And we're back. A little bit of time left, so we're going to, Mike, I think start with a polling question. Are you good with that?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do one more polling question.
Okay.
And see what kind of responses we get. So here's, take a look at the big board up here. What's the biggest factor in determining your purchasing decisions for backup or archive solutions? 1, product or technology. 2, breadth of portfolio. 3, application support. 4, market leadership. And 5, vision and thought leadership. The clock starts now. You guys have your input devices. Start polling. Make your selection. We'll get an answer here. And we might have time for another question too in this segment from the audience. Remember, you're going to win a free duffel bag. Here we go. And again, the question, what's the biggest factor in determining your purchasing decisions for backup or archive solutions? And the winner, hands down, is product or technology features, i.e. deduplication. Does that sound right to you, Mike?
That's about right. I actually think that's like all answers are right there. You know, like I think they're all
Yeah, right,
important.
exactly.
So, you know, that kind of tees up the kind of last question I want to pose to Mike. You know, we're on this journey, so we're never quite finished. So I'm curious, you know, you've made huge strides in protecting your virtual environments. What's kind of next for St. Charles Health from your perspective to kind of keep the ball moving forward?
Sure. So, I mean, I think the big thing we had to do was kind of kick tape to the curb. So we've done that.
Love it.
That was our big push. And now what we need to do is let our internal customer know about our services. So I would say our next big push is a service catalog, make it easier for our backup customers to go in and get the data they need when they want it.
I have a question. I was just
Sure.
Your journey, how long did it take for you, from your perspective, to thinking about it, pulling the trigger, and seeing results? How long was that journey?
It's about a year process as far as vendor analysis, getting the money from the board, and then bringing in the resources to get it built.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Hey, you know, one thing I want to just point out,
Yeah,
because
please.
Mike said something is just absolutely, and when I didn't ask him to say this, absolutely, you know, in our wheelhouse, which is, you know, IT, and particularly the backup and archive teams, delivering services to their users. I mean, that's the thing that drives the value up and keeps the backup and archive teams important in the IT big picture. So that's a great point.
Yeah, and Mike, I'm getting word from the booth that we are pretty much out of time. So Mike,
Those guys are tough.
I know, they run a tight ship. Now, before we give it to you for the final, just kind of recapping what we've heard. Really, honestly, backup and archive, right, Mike, matter, and can and will impact both the pace of IT transformation, as well as really helping IT sort of transform and drive business value.
They
right?
absolutely matter, and we believe they are a fundamental underpinning to any IT transformation plan. So, you know, we hope you take advantage of all the really smart people that we've got on the booth floor here. But before you leave, because I know you're waiting, I'm going to ask our guests to pull a ping pong ball out of our fish bowl, and you take a look at your numbers, and we'll give away some noise canceling headsets.
And the number is?
Mike Chrystal.
No, they're going to think it's rigged, Mike. That's the wrong answer.
Wait, 24.
24. Is 24 in the house?
All
There he is,
right.
sir. You can sit tight.
right.
We'll bring the headphones to you. That's it, folks. We are pretty much out of time.
Mike.
Just a quick reminder before you go. Make sure you see Leslie, okay? So she will set you up with the T-shirts. I'm Paul Garangelli. For the guys, Mike and Mike, we really appreciate you being here. We're live in Vegas, Backup Game Day show. Thank you for being there. Tell your friends, another show coming up at the top of the hour. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later.